Welcome back to my ASVAB party people. Anderson here, ASVAB coach. Let's go ahead and let's tackle this tough word problem. Remember, when it comes to word problems, first thing you want to do, it's not going to be to read the entire paragraph. No, that's the worst thing you can do. What you want to do is you want to read the question. You want to read the question statement, really. So the question statement right here reads, again, you start with the who, what, when, where, why, which of the following, how many, that's what you want. Right here, how much. That's where you want to start exactly. So how much will the modification to the property cost? The cost of the modification. That's what we're looking for. That's going to be step one right there. So cost of modification. All right, sounds good. So this is going to seem like it's going to feel tough. It's definitely going to feel tough. But here's what we want to do. What we want to do is we want to break this down, because now that we have what we want, now we can kind of just sort through what we have, the information that's available to us. So we're talking about, again, some modification to something, some property, right? So let's see what information is connected to this. That way we can make some decisions. It may not be clear in the beginning, but remember that you want to let the ideas come to you, and you can't do that if you're so tense and not willing to make any mistakes. So let's go ahead and take a look here and see what information is important. So in that same sentence, let's not ignore it. It says right here, concrete costs $4 per square foot. So we see here that the modification is about concrete. So we see that we can say $4 per square foot of concrete. I'm going to write that out because there's something that we really want to pay attention to, and it's the word per. As always, my ASVAB party people, thank you for watching this video. Before we continue, just wanted to remind you that if you're struggling with the ASVAB, if you struggle with test anxiety, blanking out on problems, then you need to consider the ASVAB All-Access Program. Thousands of my students have tried it out, and they have always raised their scores if they use it the right way, because there's always a way to learn for whatever method you like best. From recorded lessons, to live classes, to guided practice videos, to printable worksheets, to speed drills to help you test and raise your confidence and speed, to casual practice that comes with video solutions. Every single way that you can think of, over 10,000 questions, all of it lined up for you, ready for you to get started right now. So at the very least, check out the link in the description so you can see exactly how it works and why, again, over 1,000 of my students have raised their scores with it all the way through. I'm proud of you. Let's keep working hard, and let's get back to the video. But don't forget, check out that program. I think you'll like it. The word per can tell you that you're either multiplying or dividing. And how do we tell the difference, right? Well, again, the word per always means multiplying or dividing. But how do we know what to do in this situation? Well, the thing is, think about it like this. When you see the word per, if you are trying to get the result, the total, or the grand end of the problem, then that's going to be multiplication. If you're trying to find a piece, like, oh, they're using the word per, but you're trying to find, let's go ahead and say the time it took or something like that, then you're going backwards. If you're going backwards, you're dividing. But here we're going forward because we're trying to find, the cost of the property modification. So we're trying to find the end result, the total that we have to pay. So we are going to be multiplying this number by something. Just keep that in mind. We will multiply this by something at some point. We don't know, but we know that we're going to multiply it by square feet. So we have $4 per square foot. So whatever square footage we have, we will multiply it by it. So enough talking. Let's collect the other information. Let's see what we can do, right? So a concrete sidewalk will be added to a rectangular property measuring 80 feet by 100 feet. Now, don't jump the gun. Don't jump the gun. The property is measuring 80 feet by 100 feet. Let me go ahead and just draw this for us so we can really have a good idea of what's going on. And let me just go ahead and get rid of that. So let's just say we have, 80 feet by 100 feet, something like this. Okay, so here's our 80 and here's our 100. So let me just draw this out for you so you see exactly what's going on. The sidewalk will extend 5 feet from each side of the property, preserving the rectangular shape of the new property. So we're basically saying we're adding concrete, like this is the property, and if I use orange for the concrete, we see that we're going to extend 5 feet in each direction. So it'll end up looking something like this. Something like that, right? And let me just go ahead and get rid of these extra lines. But that's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like we're extending 5 feet. And let me make this a ton smaller here. 5 feet. That's 5 feet right there. 5 feet here. And notice how I'm drawing it out. I'm drawing this out because I really want to show myself exactly what's going on. So that way, when I make my move, I can see clearly what's supposed to be happening. So, boom, this is definitely a tough problem, but we're going to get this done. So it extends 5 feet, and we want to know the cost of the modification. So remember, this purple, this was already there. That was already there with the property. We're not counting this. We are not counting that, and that's a huge... That was a huge circle there, so I'm not going to draw it in, but I can make it smaller and really get that going. So we are not using this right here. This purple part, nope, we are not using it. That's not going to count. Not going to count. My people with OCD, I'm so sorry, but there it is. This is not going to count at all. We're not using that. What we are using for the sake of this problem is this over here. This is what we're counting. This green highlight right here, all of this we are counting. That's what's being modified. So what we need to figure out is what is the total square footage of the modification, because when we find the square footage of that modification to the property, that's when we'll be able to tell exactly what the total cost will be. Let me go ahead and say that up front to you guys again. If we look at that green side here, the green highlight, if we find the area of that, the square footage, because again, square feet means area. If we find the area of that, we multiply that area by the $4 per square foot. Per gave it away that we're multiplying, square feet per square foot. So find the square footage, multiply it by 4, you're done. So there's my answer. That's what it's going to be. So again, my answer is going to be this. It's going to be the square footage of the modification. So square feet of the mod. We're going to multiply that by $4 per square foot. So let me just make that smaller because that's exactly why I made it smaller earlier. So $4 per square foot. And once we do that, that will be our answer. We'll have our answer. So the only question right now is, how the heck are we supposed to find the area of that? That's not a regular shape, right? How do we find that? And so this is actually going to be how we're going to do it. It's going to be pretty straightforward, actually. It's not going to be terrible, because what we're going to do is we're basically going to see that we have 100 here, right? We got 5 on this side, 5 on that side. So what's this whole thing going to be now? Well, this whole thing now is going to be 110. Because you have 100, 105, 110. Makes sense, right? So that's 110 here. And if this is 80, well, if we extend 5 up and 5 down, that's going to be 80, 85, 90. So that's going to be 90 right there. So we have 90 by 110 right now. And so, okay, how does this help us? Because even if we find the area of this and this together, we're still including all of that, right? Exactly, we are. And so what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of the big and then take away that purple area on the inside. That's what we're going to do. So the answer here, or for the area at least, we'll find the area of the big. So we'll do the 90 times 110. And then we're going to subtract the 80 by 100. We're going to subtract the 80 by 100. That's what we're going to do, because that's going to give us the area. And once we have the area, like I said, boom, we're right up there and we're good to go. So let's get it done now. 90 times 110, what's that going to be? Well, 90 times 110 is actually pretty straightforward. So 90 by 110, that's going to end up being 9 times 11, which is 99. Then bring those 2 zeros, 9,900. And what are we subtracting? We're subtracting 80 by 100, which is going to be 8,000. Let's be real, my ASVAB party people. You're enjoying this YouTube video, but why don't you join me for a free class? I host a free class once a week for 2 hours. So imagine 2 hours of free ASVAB math instruction by yours truly. We get to ask questions, grow with me, raise your score, and get the job you want. So go ahead, click the link here or in the description to sign up for free. And from there, I'll see you in the next class. But until then, let's get back to the math party. So with that, booyah, 9,900 minus 8,000 is 1,900. And that's going to be 1,900 square feet. Now that we have the 1,900 square feet, again, the square footage of only this, the square footage of only that concrete modification, now we can multiply it by 4 per square foot, and we're good. So there it is. There's our answer. 1,900 times 4. That's going to be 0, 0, 36. Carry the 1 with the 7 right there. And that's going to be $7,600 for the modification to this property. And that's why the answer here is C. So my party people, I know that one was definitely a toughie. Definitely a toughie. But ask yourself, did it make sense? Was I able to go from understanding what the question's asking me to find to then collecting the information to make a plan? That's really it. You know, the big thing here was understanding that you didn't want the whole area of the whole property right here. You just wanted the border, that outside area. And so by getting that border, that allowed us to get the area that we're looking for, multiply it by the cost per square foot right over here, and then we got our answer. And so my party people, really ask yourselves, you know, what is it that I want to grow in? If it's word problems, then join us tonight. I would love to have you in there. And if you're looking for extra practice, all the recordings, or anything that'll help you raise your ASVAB score, that's what I'm here for. Again, I'm Anderson. I'm an ASVAB coach. Feel free to text me right there, 567-698-8867. Text me, letting me know what your name is, and let me know that you're interested in learning more about the program. That way, I can go ahead and lay it out for you nice and easy. I got your back, my party people, all day. Let's ace the ASVAB, and hopefully I will see you in class tonight. So there it is for the link for the free class, the free practice test, and those video solutions are included, again, for free. So go ahead, ask me about the program, or stick to the free resources. Either way, I'm here to help you ace the ASVAB. Let's go. I'll see you in the next one. And before you go, if you like what you saw and you want to raise your score with thousands of practice problems just like that, so you can lower that test anxiety, raise that confidence, go to this link right here to check out the full program. There's a video that shows you exactly how it works, but you're going to get lessons, guided practice, worksheets, speed drills, and everything that you need to feel supported from day one all the way until you pass. Again, I'm Coach Anderson, and I'll see you soon.